Welcome to a world where abundance is not just a possibility but a promise. Imagine stepping into a future where wealth, health, and success are not distant dreams, but tangible realities within your reach. Have you ever wondered if true prosperity is something that can be attained in this lifetime? What if I told you that the life of wealth, peace, and fulfillment that you've always dreamed of is already within your grasp? That your path has been divinely designed for greatness, and all the blessings you need are waiting for you to claim them? This is the core message of the prosperity gospel, a faith that teaches you that God's intention for you is to live in abundance, not in scarcity. It's a message that affirms that divine blessings are not only spiritual but also material. In this belief system, prosperity is a sign of divine favor. When you align yourself with God's will, your life will flourish, and blessings will manifest in every area, from your finances to your health to your relationships. Many people have embraced the prosperity gospel and have experienced profound changes in their lives. This is not a promise of overnight wealth or a quick fix, but a lifestyle that fosters the mindset of abundance. It encourages believers to have faith, trust in God's plan, and boldly claim their rightful inheritance. It teaches that God's desire is for His people to prosper, and that prosperity is not just about wealth, but about thriving in every aspect of life. But how do we unlock the secret to this life of prosperity? It starts with understanding the truth. God has already provided everything you need to succeed. The riches of the universe are yours for the taking. In the prosperity gospel, you are not just a servant of God, you are a co-heir with Christ, destined for greatness. This belief empowers you to speak life into your circumstances, to sow seeds of faith, and to boldly declare what you want to see in your life. Through positive confession, prayer, and action, you align yourself with God's plan for your life and experience His blessings in tangible, measurable ways. It's important to understand that prosperity in this context is not solely about financial gain. True prosperity encompasses spiritual growth, emotional well-being, and physical health. The prosperity gospel teaches that when you honor God with your life, He will honor you in return, providing not only material wealth but also peace of mind, joy, and contentment. It's a holistic approach to living that promises a balanced and fulfilling life. But how do you tap into this divine abundance? It requires faith, trust, and obedience. The prosperity gospel urges believers to have a firm belief that they are worthy of God's blessings. It encourages generosity, not just with money, but with time, energy, and love. It's about living with an attitude of gratitude and giving back to the world. The more you give, the more you receive, because the universe is designed to respond to the energy you put out. In this journey, challenges will arise, but the prosperity gospel reminds you that these are opportunities for growth and refinement. As you step forward in faith, believing in the promises of God, you will overcome obstacles and walk into your divine inheritance. So, what's the secret to your prosperous life? It's simple: trust in God's plan, believe in His promises, and take action toward your goals. Stay tuned, for today we will unlock the key to living a prosperous life, and together, we will walk in the blessings that are rightfully ours. Embrace this message, for it is a message of hope, empowerment, and a life filled with limitless possibilities. Your future is bright, and the abundant life you seek is waiting for you to step into it. The world is yours, let's unlock its blessings today. In the journey toward a prosperous life, one truth stands above all: faith is the seed that nourishes the tree of abundance. It is the foundation on which everything you desire can be built. You may have heard the famous saying, faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. But what does this really mean? especially in the context of the prosperity gospel. At its core, this saying speaks to the immense power of even the smallest belief. Faith is not just a feeling or a passive belief, it is the dynamic force that propels you forward into the life of abundance that God has already prepared for you. In the prosperity gospel, faith is the very first step toward unlocking your blessings. It's the seed that, when planted in fertile soil, grows into a life filled with financial security, health, love, and spiritual fulfillment. This faith is not merely about believing that God exists, it is about trusting in His promises and believing that you are worthy of the wealth, prosperity, and happiness that He has planned for you. It is a faith that believes God wants you to live a life of abundance, not scarcity, and that His desire is for you to prosper in all aspects of your life. But how does this seed of faith actually manifest in our lives? The prosperity gospel teaches that faith begins with a single, decisive act, belief. You must first believe in God's promises. You must believe that He has provided all that you need and that your destiny is one of prosperity. This belief is not just about what you can see in the physical world, but about trusting in a deeper, spiritual reality. It's about understanding that what is invisible, what is promised in God's Word, has the power to become visible in your life. When you believe in God's promises, you open the door to prosperity. This belief activates God's divine plan for your life, and it sets in motion the forces of the universe to work in your favor. This is the power of faith in the prosperity gospel. It turns the invisible into the visible. Faith doesn't just sit idly by, it moves, it works, and it produces results. When you believe in your own potential and in God's ability to provide, you plant the seed for abundance in your life. It's a powerful, transformative force that allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It shifts your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance, and it draws the blessings of the universe toward you. The prosperity gospel emphasizes that this faith must be specific. It's not enough to simply believe in general terms. You must identify what you desire, whether it's financial breakthrough, health restoration, or a flourishing relationship. And with that belief, you plant the seed. Just as a farmer plants a seed in the ground, trusting that it will grow, you must plant your faith with the same trust and expectancy. The seed may be small at first, but just as the mustard seed grows into a mighty tree, so too will your faith grow into something magnificent. However, faith alone is not enough. In the prosperity gospel, it's not just about believing, it's about acting on that belief. Faith without works is dead, and so your belief in God's promises must be followed by actions that align with those promises. It's about speaking life into your circumstances, making declarations that reflect your belief in God's prosperity for you. It's about stepping out in faith, even when the path ahead seems unclear, knowing that as you walk in faith, God will provide the way. This faith also requires patience and perseverance. Just as a seed takes time to grow, your faith will need time to manifest in the physical world. But the key is consistency. Keep believing, keep trusting, and keep acting on your faith, even when it seems like nothing is happening. The seed you plant today will bear fruit in the future, in ways that may surprise you. But without that seed of faith, without the willingness to believe in God's promises, there is no abundance. Your prosperity begins with faith. So, how do you nurture the seed of faith? First, it begins with prayer. Speak to God daily, and trust in His promises. Second, declare your faith aloud. Speak positive affirmations over your life, declaring that you are blessed, you are prosperous, and you are a child of God, destined for greatness. Third, Surround yourself with people who share your faith and who encourage you to believe in the abundance God has for you. And lastly, be patient. As you water your faith with prayer, declarations, and action, it will grow and produce fruit. In the prosperity gospel, faith is the foundation of your prosperous future. Without it, nothing can grow. But with it, you unlock the door to unlimited possibilities. Remember, just as a tiny mustard seed has the power to move mountains, your faith, no matter how small, has the power to bring the abundant life you've always dreamed of into existence. When you plant faith, you plant the potential for your prosperous future. The key is to believe and watch that faith grow into something magnificent. In the prosperity gospel, words are not just expressions of thought, they are powerful forces that shape our reality. The Bible is clear when it tells us that life and death are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. This truth speaks to the profound influence that our words have over the course of our lives. Every word we speak carries weight, and in the context of the prosperity gospel, our words can be the driving force behind our prosperity. If you want to see abundance in your life, you must first begin by speaking abundance. The prosperity gospel teaches that the words you speak create your reality. This principle is rooted in the belief that our words have the power to align with God's will and bring about the blessings that He has promised us. When you speak wealth into your life, you are not just wishing for prosperity, you are declaring God's promises over your circumstances. If you desire financial breakthrough, you must speak words of financial success, abundance, and overflow. Your words are an invitation for the divine to manifest in your life, and by speaking prosperity, you are positioning yourself to receive it. This isn't about mindless positive affirmation or wishful thinking, it's about aligning your speech with the truth of God's Word. In the prosperity gospel, it's understood that God has already provided everything you need for a prosperous life. However, to access these blessings, you must engage with them through the power of your words. The Bible teaches that God spoke the world into existence, and just as He used His words to create everything in the universe, we too can use our words to create the reality we desire. When you speak life into your finances, health, and future, you activate a divine law, the law of attraction. This is not a concept that is foreign to the prosperity gospel. In fact, it is deeply aligned with the belief that God's blessings are attracted to those who express faith through both their words and actions. Just as a seed grows when it is nurtured, your words act as the water and sunlight that help your prosperity to grow. The more you speak life, the more your reality will shift to match those words. One key element in speaking life is to ensure that your words are filled with faith. It is not enough to speak words of wealth and success if you don't truly believe them. Faith and words must go hand in hand. As you speak wealth into your life, speak with the assurance that God's promises are true. Declare that your finances will be blessed, that your health will be restored, and that your future will be prosperous because these things are already within God's plan for you. It's also important to be intentional with your words. The prosperity gospel teaches that you must be proactive in your declarations. Don't wait for your circumstances to dictate your speech. Declare the future you want now. If you want to live in abundance, speak abundance. If you want to experience success, declare success. If you want to overcome challenges, speak victory. The more you speak words of success, the more you align yourself with the success that God has for you. This principle applies not only to your finances but to every area of your life. Speak life over your health, your relationships, and your emotional well-being. When you face challenges, speak words of overcoming. When you encounter obstacles, declare that you are more than a conqueror. Your words have the power to transform your experiences and to shift your reality from one of lack to one of abundance. When you speak health, you begin to walk in divine health. When you speak prosperity, you begin to attract financial blessings. When you speak peace, you invite peace into your life. In the prosperity gospel, the power of words is not just about speaking to the universe, it is about speaking in alignment with God's will. God has already spoken prosperity into existence, and now it's time for you to speak those same promises over your own life. This is how the law of attraction works in the context of the prosperity gospel. When your words are in harmony with God's promises, you activate the spiritual forces that bring prosperity into your life. Another important aspect of speaking life into your wealth is to avoid speaking negatively or allowing words of doubt to take root in your heart. Negative words can block the flow of abundance, while positive declarations open the door to blessings. The prosperity gospel teaches that you must guard your words carefully, ensuring that you do not speak words of lack, defeat, or failure. Instead, focus on speaking life, speaking faith, and speaking success. Your words have the power to create the life you desire, and in the prosperity gospel, this principle is foundational. Just as a farmer speaks to his crops, nurturing them with care and faith, you must speak to the areas of your life that you wish to see flourish. Speak life over your finances, your health, your relationships, and your future. Speak in faith, speak with expectancy, and watch as your words transform your reality. By speaking life into your wealth, you are not just affirming your desires, you are aligning with the divine blueprint that God has set out for your life. Your words are a powerful tool in bringing prosperity into your world. Speak abundance, speak success, and speak life because in the prosperity gospel, your words are the key to unlocking the wealth and blessings that await you. The prosperity gospel is a belief system that posits that faith, positive confessions, and financial contributions to religious causes will lead to material wealth, physical well-being, and spiritual blessings. It teaches that prosperity, not just in terms of wealth but in all aspects of life, is a sign of God's favor. One of the key tenets of this theology is the idea that generosity isn't about sacrifice, rather, it's viewed as an investment that will lead to even greater returns. In the prosperity gospel framework, when you give to others whether through money, time, love, or compassion you activate a divine principle that unlocks blessings not only for others but for yourself as well. The idea is simple: by blessing others, you trigger a cycle of blessings in your own life. This cycle continues to grow as long as you keep sowing seeds of generosity. It's not just about giving away money, it's about giving of your heart, time, and effort. The teachings emphasize that God rewards those who are generous, often describing how the more you give, the more you will receive. This is not merely a symbolic act, it's considered a practical application of faith. When you generously give, you are believed to be laying down the groundwork for future success, whether it's in your career, personal relationships, health, or financial prosperity. In the prosperity gospel, the act of giving becomes a powerful tool for unlocking the abundant blessings that God has set aside for those who are faithful and obedient. However, generosity is not just seen as a passive act of kindness, it is an active and intentional decision to trust in God's provision. It is believed that by acting on this trust through consistent giving, individuals position themselves to receive God's favor in more tangible ways. This teaching extends beyond mere financial gifts. The prosperity gospel encourages people to give their time, love, and compassion to others. It teaches that these are just as important, if not more so, than material gifts. When you give from a place of love and sincerity, it's believed that God will multiply these efforts. The goal is not just to give for the sake of giving but to give with a heart of faith, knowing that your generosity is creating a pathway for you to experience divine prosperity. Furthermore, the prosperity gospel offers a view of abundance that transcends traditional views of financial wealth. It paints a picture of a life full of health, happiness, love, and success. The message is clear. Giving unlocks more than just financial blessings, it opens the door to a fuller, richer life in every aspect. By embracing this concept of generosity, individuals are encouraged to live with a mindset of abundance, trusting that God will multiply their acts of kindness and generosity in ways they may not even imagine. It teaches that living a life of giving is a key to unlocking the endless flow of divine blessings that are available to those who believe and act in faith. In essence, the prosperity gospel centers around the idea that generosity is not a sacrifice but a strategic investment in your future. It emphasizes that by giving in faith, you are positioning yourself to receive God's blessings in greater measure. Generosity is the pathway to prosperity, not only in financial terms but in every area of life. The more you give, the more you receive. This is the essence of the prosperity gospel, a philosophy that highlights the power of generosity as a key to unlocking divine abundance. In the teachings of the prosperity gospel, life's obstacles are not viewed as barriers that hinder progress, but rather as opportunities for growth and advancement. Challenges, whether in the form of financial difficulties, health problems, or personal setbacks, are seen as a natural part of life's journey. However, the prosperity gospel encourages believers to view these challenges through a lens of faith. With unwavering faith in God's promises, no obstacle is too great to overcome. This perspective is foundational to the prosperity gospel, where faith is not just about believing in God's ability to provide, it's about trusting that, regardless of the difficulties, God has already equipped you with everything you need to rise above them. When faced with adversity, the prosperity gospel teaches that setbacks are not permanent. Instead, they are opportunities to build character, refine faith, and grow spiritually. These challenges are seen as stepping stones toward greater achievements, rather than insurmountable roadblocks. In this belief system, the key to overcoming obstacles is to maintain an unshakable faith that God's plan for you is one of prosperity, not defeat. The prosperity gospel encourages believers to keep their focus on the bigger picture, God's purpose for their lives and the future that awaits them. This perspective gives believers the strength to endure hardship and the hope that every obstacle can be turned into a stepping stone toward greatness. At the heart of this teaching is the conviction that every individual is destined for greatness. No matter how difficult life may become, the prosperity gospel asserts that you were born for success and to fulfill a divine purpose. The world may try to push you down or make you doubt your potential, but with faith in God, there is nothing that can prevent you from achieving your destiny. Obstacles are not signs of failure, they are signs of growth and preparation for what is to come. In the prosperity gospel, success is not defined by the absence of challenges, but by the ability to navigate those challenges with faith and determination. The emphasis is not on the setbacks themselves, but on how one responds to them. The prosperity gospel teaches that the way you bounce back from adversity is what truly matters. It's about resilience, perseverance, and the confidence that God's plan for you includes overcoming any difficulty that stands in your way. Believers are encouraged to keep moving forward, no matter how impossible the situation may seem. With God's help, victory is always within reach. The teachings emphasize that the greatest victories in life often come after the toughest trials. It's through the trials that your faith is tested, strengthened, and proven to be genuine. In this belief system, faith is not just a passive trust in God, it is an active force that propels you forward even in the face of adversity. The prosperity gospel teaches that the power of faith is transformative, and with faith, there is no obstacle that cannot be overcome. The most significant achievements in life, both spiritually and materially, are believed to lie just beyond the challenges. With faith as your guide, you are encouraged to keep pushing forward because the greatest rewards come to those who trust in God's timing and provision. Ultimately, the prosperity gospel holds that you are destined for greatness, and no obstacle, no matter how daunting, can prevent you from fulfilling your divine purpose. The obstacles you face are not your final destination, they are the lessons and experiences that will equip you for greater success. Through faith, perseverance, and a steadfast belief in God's promises, you can overcome any challenge. The message of the prosperity gospel is clear. Your destiny is one of greatness, and the greatest victories in life are the ones that come after the trials. Stay focused on your goals, keep your faith strong, and trust that the best is yet to come. The prosperity gospel teaches that the life you were destined to live is one of abundance, purpose, and wealth. However, this wealth is not merely financial, it encompasses every aspect of your life. Prosperity is a mindset, a way of living that is rooted in faith and aligned with the divine promises of abundance. It's not just about the material possessions you accumulate, but about the overall well-being you experience when you walk in faith and believe in the blessings God has prepared for you. Living a prosperous life requires more than just receiving wealth. It demands that you fully embrace the mindset that wealth is part of your divine inheritance. This mindset shift is powerful, as it changes the way you approach every area of your life. When you adopt the belief that prosperity is already yours, you begin to see new opportunities in everything you do. Your relationships improve, as faith and abundance foster kindness, gratitude, and a willingness to support others. Your business and career flourish, as a mindset of prosperity encourages you to take bold actions, seek growth, and be persistent in your pursuits. Even your personal joy multiplies, as you recognize that you are living the life God intended for you, a life full of purpose, blessings, and yes, wealth. Living a life of prosperity in the context of the prosperity gospel is not just about the accumulation of material wealth, but about achieving a full, rich life that reflects God's favor and promises. This perspective emphasizes that wealth is a tool and instrument to fulfill your divine calling. Prosperity, in this sense, becomes a means to serve others, bless your family, and make a positive impact on the world around you. It's not about hoarding resources, but about using your resources wisely to create a life of abundance that overflows into every area of your existence. In the prosperity gospel, it is believed that when you step into the life of abundance God has for you, everything begins to change. You walk with confidence, knowing that the future is bright and full of opportunities. The mindset of prosperity helps you approach challenges with optimism and perseverance, knowing that no setback is permanent. Instead, each challenge is viewed as a chance to grow stronger in faith and step closer to the abundant life that God has promised. The teachings encourage believers to claim this future now, to step into the life of abundance and wealth that is already yours by divine design. This vision of prosperity encourages you to claim your place in the abundant future God has set before you. It is time to rise up and walk in the fullness of your divine inheritance, trusting that all things are possible with faith. The life God has for you is full of purpose, filled with blessings, and abundant in wealth. The prosperity gospel teaches that living in this fullness requires both faith and action. By aligning your life with the principles of abundance, you step into your future with confidence and assurance, knowing that everything you need is already provided. Ultimately, the prosperity gospel calls on you to claim your prosperous future today. It is not a distant dream but a present reality, waiting for you to embrace it. With faith as your foundation, Your mindset shifted towards abundance and a clear sense of purpose. You can live the life you were meant to lead, a life of wealth, joy, and fulfillment. God has already promised you a future filled with blessings, and now is the time to step into that future and claim your prosperity.